Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs. Instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 rounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Let go! It's Friday. Seth Stokes, Ben McKee, Jason Swain here. 5 minutes past the top of the hour. Ben Stokes, good morning, fellas.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing today?
Great, man. Great.
Good morning, gentlemen.
What time is it? What time is it?
Game time.
There you go. What time is it? Game time. Woo. That's Chicago Bulls right there, mid-90s, Ben.
Back when you were a fan?
You was peeing inside your leg back in the day, Ben. You don't know nothing about that.
I've seen the documentary, Swain.
By the way, Dennis Rodman turned 60.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Turned 60 a couple days ago.
That
60?
That took a turn on Depression Street real quick.
How does that make you feel? Make you feel real aged and old, huh? Turned 60.
You know, just makes you put things in perspective. I still feel young, but, you know, the numbers say elsewise.
Man, I love getting old. Ooh, it's the best thing I look forward to every single day. Wake up, ooh, I'm older. Love it. I love getting old, man. Can't wait to get old tomorrow.
What's What is the reasoning behind this?
Man, why I love getting old? Because
Yeah.
if you don't get old, you ain't gonna wake up.
Well, that's true. If you put it that way.
Yeah. 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 If you wake up, man, you done got a day older. So
that's true.
Can't wait to get older. I hope I'm old as heck. May the 15th. I can't wait. It's game day, man. It's game day. Big, huge weekend for Tennessee baseball. Tennessee Athletics hosting the #1 team in the land, the Arkansas Razorbacks. The Lady Vols already handled business there on the softball. What?
You just gonna ruin my atta girl for a second straight day?
Man, listen, if they on ESPN, man.
It's the SEC Network, Swain.
Man.
Stokes, 2 days in a row, Swain is stealing my vibe. Stealing my content. I need credit, Swain. That's what I need. You're stealing my content, my ideas. I need credit.
Man, we have a sports team that's competing for a conference championship on TV on ESPN. You want to save it for Attaboy? You want to save it?
Yes. I'm kidding.
That's not the way you do this, Ben.
Why not? No, I'm kidding.
You have to look up another Attaboy, have another Attagirl. There's all kind of positivity out here in the world. The news won't tell you that, but you got to go dig for it. It's out there, Ben. It's out there.
I know. This is why I'm full of attaboys every day, and you're full of for what's every day.
Nah, that's only because you be bringing up points that make no sense. That's why I give you for what's.
All right.
For what's are funny.
Nobody asked you, Stokes.
Big time
Hey,
weekend, guys. The softball team is not playing. We'll let you know all the latest on the softball team at 7:45.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But you got both teams, man, competing at a championship level. Competing at a championship level. The truth is, you're not always going to win the championship, but you want your sports team to compete at a championship level, strive, reach. You know, watching the NBA as they wind down their season. There's some teams they're not going to win championship. They don't have a chance. It's a wrap. It's over. The season is over. I saw where like the Kings, they haven't made the playoff for 16 straight years. It's over. That gets, you know how depressing that is.
Have you ever met a Sacramento Kings fan?
No, but I didn't meet a Detroit Lions fan until I started doing the show. Triple OG Jamie. I didn't think they exist, but obviously they do. So who knows, man? Maybe one day I will run into a Sacramento Kings fan.
I've never met a Kings fan either. Have you, Stokes?
I was literally just sitting here thinking that, and I cannot think of one person I know that likes the Kings.
Nope. Not at all.
Do they exist? Have they been using cardboard cutouts in their arena for a long time now?
I mean, I guess they had some fans when Chris Webber and Jay Williams and Peja, I forgot to say his last name.
Stojakovic.
He can shoot that thing. And then they had I think Vlade played on the team.
Yeah, I think so.
Vlade, who likes to party. Yeah, they had Vlade on the team.
Divac.
Yeah, they had him. Yeah, they had him. Yeah, they were that close to beating the Lakers. That close. And then Kobe and Shaq just beat them. I think they beat them in game 7 in the playoffs. But that was a Kings chance. That was it, man. That was it. That's what I remember of the Kings. Stokes, I want to get your take, man. We don't have you for an hour, but I want to get your take on the opener being moved from Saturday noon game to Thursday night game. SEC Network.
I love it.
Thursday. Oh, love it.
I'm all for it. It's I can't really find a negative. The only negative, out there is I think there is a legitimate argument that it's going to be a little more difficult for fans to be there. people that it's easier for people to be there on the weekend, which, local revenue could suffer a bit. But from Tennessee's standpoint, it's great exposure. Everybody's thirsty for college football, and they gobble up those Thursday night games early in the season because this isn't middle of the season action or anything like that. Not to diss those games, but that's not what this is. This is the Thursday. This is the kickoff of college football. Tennessee is kicking off the college football season, and I know those are, even if they're not exciting games by the end, the excitement for those games is real. And nationally, people will be tuning in, whereas on a Saturday, in that game, you might get some viewers nationally, but it's just going to essentially be just Tennessee fans watching that game. Whereas Thursday night, you're getting everybody who's a college football fan is going to tune in at some point during that game.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, that's exactly how I feel, man. Just want to get your take on it. We haven't caught up with you since last Friday, so that was kind of the news of the week. Outside of Tennessee baseball, having a heck of an opportunity, Stokes. Ben?
Yeah, they do.
Ben, you ready?
Oh, I'm jacked up. I am in a great mood this morning. New J. Cole album dropped, so got something to vibe to all weekend. I know C-Mac and I can get on the same page about a new J. Cole album. I know we can do that.
I heard you stole his takes on the text box.
I heard about
Why would
that
I
too.
steal C-Mac's takes? His takes are terrible.
I mean, I that's what I heard. I miss LimeWire and Napster. I could have been listening to J. Cole album 2 weeks ago.
No. Overrated.
The kids these days don't know anything about LimeWire.
That's why Ben's like, no, overrated. He don't know anything about LimeWire.
I'm aware of LimeWire.
Nothing about LimeWire.
He thinks it's a band.
I had to use LimeWire when I remember using LimeWire in 5th, 6th grade. I'm well aware.
I remember I miss Napster. We could have been listening to the J. Cole album, around Christmas time.
So I'm excited about that. And then obviously big weekend for Tennessee baseball, the biggest weekend in nearly 2 decades. And I dropped a mega Diamond Vols podcast to preview a mega Diamond Vols weekend. So if I could plug my own work there, go check it out. It's on Swain's SoundCloud and Apple feed. Very proud of what I put together. There's some things you do in life that you just feel good about. And that was something that I got done putting together, and I was like, that was fun. I felt good about that. And had John Wilkerson on the pod, the voice of Tennessee baseball. Had Phil Elson on, the voice of Arkansas baseball. And then Ryan Shumpert and myself broke down this weekend's series. And earlier this week, I believe on Monday, we had somebody ask us, is this the biggest weekend in Tennessee baseball history? And I believe he said from a regular season perspective, because obviously the regional weekend that Tennessee plays in, they won't be playing a team like Arkansas, but simply because that's an NCAA tournament weekend, that will trump this weekend just because it's simply the postseason. But I asked John Wilkerson kind of his take on just how big of a weekend this is, and this is the biggest weekend since fill in the blank, and he answered that. So I encourage those to go listen and see what John had to say. I know John Wilkerson is technically a competitor, but I could not be more happy for him because he has had to sit through the Dave Serrano era, all the other crap baseball, calling the games, and when Tennessee was getting their heads beat in, he's having to sit there and talk about what he has seen on the field. So I'm happy for guys like him and guys who have been around this program for so many years, year after year after year, that they get to enjoy actually good baseball this weekend and an electric atmosphere and what a great weekend should be. So I encourage you to go listen to that pod if you want to hear more about the baseball series this weekend. So it's a huge weekend, and when you think about it, when was the last time the University of Tennessee, any sports team on campus had a top 5 matchup like this on campus. Obviously, this isn't at the level that like a top 5 football game would be, but just in general, I mean, when was the last time we had this big of a sporting event on campus, at least in terms of the skill level and talent between two teams? Number 1 versus number 4. I mean, it kind of extends simply just the baseball program having a huge weekend. Again, I recognize it's not football, but I don't remember a bona fide top 5 matchup like we have this weekend at Lindsey Nelson. I'm sure there's a basketball game in there somewhere.
I mean, off the top of my head, I would just probably think about like Kentucky, Tennessee a couple of years ago, but I don't know what the ranking was. I'm probably thinking more about like the anticipation. It is baseball, so there's a strong group of fans, but it's not like football, so it's hard to kind of compare. But just the anticipation of a series, I think a lot of it has to do with the stadium being open for the first time in 2 years, and having full capacity, and as things open up, as we kind of move past COVID in a way. I think that has a lot to do with it too. But no, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that matches 1 versus 4, Stokes. I don't know about you.
I can't think of anything either. This is from a ranking standpoint. This is huge. Just need the fans in the stands to rattle Arkansas mentally.
It'll be a fun weekend. I'm excited.
Like fans can have a huge impact in a sport like baseball. And it doesn't take a lot either. Like with football, you need a good 50 to 60 to 50 drunk, rowdy fans to really make a impact on a football game. Like, cause going on the road, I didn't really pay attention much to the fans. They didn't affect me all that much until we playing. Auburn and Bama in the fourth quarter or something like that. It wasn't allowed the entire time from, opening kickoff, but it takes a whole lot of fans to make an impact in football. And even then, it's not like a moment during the game where you need total concentration. Basketball is different because you can make an impact at the free throw line. Like opposing teams at the free throw line, you're really, 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 really loud. That can impact the player. Being a batter and you hear all that noise, that can certainly impact a baseball game. I mean, are you hearing anything, Ben? Are you in your own zone? We at bat, the crowd really matters. I would imagine it does, guys.
I mean, I never played in front of a crowd.
I forgot you played in Buckhorn.
Well, we're passionate about baseball out in the country. You know this. So we had nice high school crowds.
Which one is it? Did you have a crowd or you not?
We did have a crowd, but it wasn't 5,000 people there.
People had to sit on bales of hay?
No. Sat on bleachers.
Wooden bleachers?
Nope, metal bleachers. I never played in front of 5,000 people, so I don't know how that would play for me personally, but I do know that my dad always would tell me that, did you hear me cheering for you? Or he would always ask me, did you hear me cheering for you? And I would never hear him when I was at the plate. So my mind would just go completely blank in terms of outside noise and just me trying to focus on what the pitcher was about to throw me. So I would imagine that's the case for most of these guys. And the good hitters, they're able to lock in and focus on the pitcher and tune out all the noise that's coming from the crowd.
So when does the volume of the crowd
that's what I was about
impact?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think it has more of an impact on the pitcher. I think it has more of an impact on the pitcher than it does a hitter. It certainly can affect the hitter. I'm not trying to communicate that at all, but I do think it has more of an impact on the pitcher, just because if he's wild and can't control his stuff and he's outside the plate, inside the plate, up, low, wherever. I mean, if he's throwing ball after ball after ball, I mean, just the weekend against Vanderbilt, I think it was, a Vandy pitcher threw like 6 straight balls, and Tennessee fans adopted the Texas A&M chant, and that is when a pitcher has thrown like 4 straight balls or 5 straight balls, the crowd at A&M will chant ball 4, and then once he throws the 5th straight ball, they'll go ball 5, and so on and so forth, and it can get up to 6, 7, 8, 9, and the stadium gets louder and louder, and everybody in the stadium's doing it. That's the type of effect that the stadium can produce and get inside the pitcher's head. So Stokes, I think it has more of an effect on the pitcher than it does the hitter.
Yeah, and you know where the student section is, whatever opposing team member in the field is right there by the student section. They're going to be on him.
Yep, you saw that with LSU and Trey Morgan, their freshman first baseman. That's why Paul Maneri had the whack comments that he did after that weekend.
Yep.
So I think it has an effect on the pitcher. It just seems like there's more time to think in between pitches if you're struggling as a pitcher. If you're a hitter struggling, I mean, you're up there and then you're back in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
A pitcher, I mean, you're on an island out there. Everybody's looking at you, and you can have a great team, but if you have a bad pitcher on the mound,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. It doesn't matter how many runs you can score if your pitcher's going to give up 1,000 runs as well. So the pitcher's kind of on an island out there, and more time to think in between at bats and in between pitches, and I think it has more of an effect on the pitcher than it does the hitter.
Where are we comparing the Arkansas pitchers to the Vandy pitchers? We know about Rocker and Leiter and those guys being, maybe the first or second pick in the MLB draft, and how great they are, been dominating college baseball for more than just a year. Where would you put the Arkansas pitching against Vanderbilt's?
Arkansas has 2 really good pitchers, and Patrick Wicklander, who will pitch tonight. He is very good. And then Kevin Kopps is their best arm out of the bullpen, and he has been the best pitcher in college baseball this season.
Okay.
Kumar Rocker, Jack Leiter at Vanderbilt, they're going to go number 1, number 2 in the draft. But from a statistical standpoint, efficiency standpoint, Kevin Kopps has been the best pitcher in baseball and will probably be in contention for National Pitcher of the Year, or at least he should, especially with the last couple of weeks that Jack Leiter has had. Got touched up at Tennessee a little bit, and then had an outing or 2 after Tennessee in which teams really got to him. And now he's dealing with an injury. He did not pitch against Alabama last weekend. Vanderbilt did actually announce last night that he'll pitch this weekend against Ole Miss. But Jack Leiter, the last month or so, has not been the Jack Leiter from the beginning of SEC play. So that's opened up the door for a guy like Kevin Kopps to come in and win SEC Pitcher of the Year, or even National Pitcher of the Year. He's just a Swiss Army knife. He is Sean Hunley, Tennessee's best reliever, on steroids. He is Sean Hunley on steroids. And what I mean when I say that is that he can come in and get you 1 inning, save the game, come in for the 9th and do the traditional closer save thing. He can also come in the middle of the 6th inning, middle of the 5th inning with Arkansas in a pinch. The other team could have the bases loaded with 1 out in the 5th inning. He'll come in, he'll get a double play, get Arkansas out of the inning, and then he'll pitch the rest of the game. So he could go 1 inning, he could go 4 or 5 innings. He can just kind of do it all for Arkansas. And in the process of doing it all for Arkansas, he just absolutely dominates. So they have 2 pitchers that stand out, but there is somewhat of a drop-off after Patrick Wicklander and Kevin Kopp. There is somewhat of a drop-off. Not to say that the talent behind them is not good, but they've struggled to find consistency. They've had to have a spot starter here and there on Sunday, struggled to find that 3rd Sunday starter. And sometimes their guys struggle with command, which feeds into what Tennessee does well because, like I said yesterday, Tennessee's offensive attack isn't based off of one great hitter in the lineup. It's everybody chipping in. It's death by 1,000 cuts. It's working the count, driving up the pitcher's pitch count, drawing walks, and then when the opportunity presents itself, delivering that big hit like Evan Russell did with the grand slam against Vanderbilt. So the fact that Tennessee works counts and is patient at the plate, that really plays into their factor that Arkansas struggles for consistency after those two pitchers that I mentioned.
Big weekend. Go ahead, Stokes.
I was going to say that plate discipline that Tennessee has been one of the most impressive things out of this squad this year. I mean, it really is. If you're a fan of just good fundamental hitting, you get that with Tennessee. I mean, they are so disciplined there.
Almost too disciplined. Sometimes this year they've been so disciplined to where they've hurt themselves and they've taken too many pitches. But it seems like they've really found a rhythm of late and found a happy medium.
Yep.
We'll take a quick timeout. Our first break of the morning. Hour number 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Seth Stokes is on the Irish Networks hotline. Jason Swain, Ben McKee with you, live from the Low T Center studio. Stay with us. Be right back.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
(865-255-03). Our guy Seth Stokes is on that Iris Networks hotline this morning. It is Friday. About 2 minutes past the bottom of the hour here. And, man, Stokes, it's already Friday. Did the week move slow or fast for you?
Monday, Tuesday were kind of slow, but then once Wednesday hit, it kind of plummeted. You kind of, that's like a roller coaster, that slow climb to the apex of that big hill and then straight down with a quickness. And that's what the rest of this week has been. Went by fast Wednesday, Thursday, and now today.
Yeah, I feel like this week has kind of went by fast, man. It's kind of been a blur. It's been different this week in the Swain house, that's for sure.
How's dog life treating you?
Man, I mean, you were with me the moment, you know, I had to put down my other dog, and man, you know, it's been cool, man. This morning, I mean, he didn't get up to like 6 something, so he's staying in his crate. I didn't wake up one time in the middle of the night to take him out. So, man, that's really, really good. But yeah, man, yeah, it's been cool. He's really kind of latched on to the girls. Man, he latched on to the girls. You can kind of see how excited he gets when they get home, and you know, I'm kind of the disciplinarian, and so like he follows me and understands I feed him and stuff like that. But like when it comes to having fun, I play with him too. But like he's really taking on to the girls really, really well. And so, you know, he's a puppy, so he's nibbling and all that stuff. But man, it's been really cool, man. His first bark was at Ben. It was great. His first bark, man, was at Ben. He's about to swing on Ben. It was funny, man. It was hilarious. So it's been cool. It's been real cool, man. It's been real cool.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, man, been really fun. Did you get a chance to see the summer intern video with Peyton Manning?
I've got it saved. Like I've got it liked there on Twitter, so I can go back when I get a moment and watch the whole thing. I started to watch it while I was at work, but got interrupted by other things, so I'm gonna have to go back and finish it. But
wait, did you say you was at work and he's about to watch it, but then you got interrupted by just other things?
Yeah, by
things like work.
Like work, yeah.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, y'all distracted me. I'm over here trying to watch a Peyton Manning video.
Exactly.
Golly, I can't do nothing around here. Y'all always trying to hold a brother down. I'm trying to watch the GOAT.
It's me getting better.
Hey, man, it's time for Peyton Manning to do a movie. I don't even know why he's playing. It's time for him to do a movie.
Everything he's done, like, he's entertaining. And I don't know if it's because we just like Peyton or if he's, actually does have pretty good comedic timing. But the man seems to be pretty talented. And he doesn't, he's never trying to be cool or nothing. He doesn't mind being the goofy guy.
It's just time, man. I mean, he's done Saturday Night Live. We've seen him do, he has his own series on ESPN. I think him and Marshawn Lynch should do the movie. Like put those guys together as much as possible. Like, put those guys together. They're like from two different worlds, man. And they both have personality. I remember seeing a video where, like, Peyton's asking him about his, I guess pregame ritual, things like that. And I think he was. I forgot what liquor Marshawn Lynch was referring to.
There's no telling.
But he was like telling Peyton that he takes shots of certain liquor before the game, and Peyton's like, "Wait, what?" Like, yeah, man, this is what I do. And so like, it's just two different worlds, man. Peyton's all. I don't ever see Peyton without a button-up shirt, all tucked in extra tight, jeans hiked up. Like, relax, Peyton, a little bit, man. Relax a little bit. And Marshawn he just Marshawn, man. He just, he just laid back, chill. So I think those guys need to do more TV, more things together, man. Super, super, super entertaining.
That scene between them and talking about the pregame, and Marshawn's like, take a shot. Peyton's like, shot? You mean like Gatorade,
shot.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And Marshawn's like, no, a shot. Look at man. And the look on Peyton was mortified. Like, who does this in his mind?
Hey, man.
It's just hysterical.
Speaking of Peyton.
Everybody have their own way of getting ready to play, man.
Mm-hmm.
Stokes. Peyton, according to my little birdies that I speak with, Peyton is going to be throwing out the first pitch tonight, or at least that is the plan. Peyton is in town this weekend and will be at Lindsey Nelson. We all know about the Peyton curse, supposed Peyton curse. And on top of the Peyton curse, there's also this checker TBA curse that fans have adopted, apparently. Tennessee is attempting to checker Lindsey Nelson on Saturday. How concerned are you about the Peyton curse and the checkered curse this weekend, especially when you combine the two forces?
Well, look, when you add a negative and a negative, you get a positive. So I'm all for it. Look, I don't buy into the curses. I'm not an extremely super, like, I've got my routines and things I like to do, and if they get out of order, I feel a little weird about it. But as far as, Peyton to the game, Tennessee's going to lose, I don't buy into that. Tennessee's just been sorry. Like, that's just all there is to it. Tennessee was going to lose whether Peyton was there or not. Tennessee was going to lose whether they checkered Nealon or not. And it looks dang good on TV. It looks good when they checker Nealon, when they checker TBA. Let's see what it looks like when they checker Lindsey Nelson. It's a cool look, and it's a cool thing for the fans. People need to get off this whole superstition. Oh, we can't win if we wear orange pants. Oh, we can't win if blah, 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 blah. Has nothing to do with what you're wearing, what the fans are wearing, who's there, who's not there. It has to do with the team on the field and the coaching.
Like, that's the biggest L. And I won't say Vol Twitter, but it's the biggest L that a fan could take is to not want to checker, engage and be a part of something that no other college football team, basketball team, baseball team, softball, like no other school in America checkers things like Tennessee. Like, we all the time tout our tradition. We all the time talk about how our orange is beautiful. And other people think it's ugly, but we think it's beautiful and we think it's unique. So we brag about being unique there, but when it comes to basically promoting our uniqueness, no, I don't feel like it. You got orange and white anyways. All they ask you to do is just wear this color on this day when you sit down at seats that you already purchased. So you
can't tell me what color to wear to a game.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like, you want to be included, but you complain about being included. It's one of the coolest things ever, and the outcome of the game has nothing to do with what the fans are wearing in the stands. And, we joke all the time about, Peyton. When Peyton goes to games, we usually lose. That's because timing. Peyton was playing when Tennessee was winning more. Peyton retired, we start sucking. So he's had more time to come to games and watch us. That's all. It's just been timing. It's not necessarily bad luck.
Peyton don't come to Tennessee versus UAB. Peyton comes to Tennessee versus Alabama. He comes to the big games. Everybody else when everybody else is there too, and all his former teammates are there too. Like, it's so yeah. Peyton comes to games. He comes to big, high-profile games when the crowd's full, and he's going to get exposure. And Tennessee gets exposure, and Tennessee just hadn't had the talent to compete with those teams. It's not like Peyton's here against Kentucky and Tennessee gets boat raced. It's a little different.
Hey, somebody asked Peyton what is he doing on September the 2nd on a Thursday night.
Let's get him in. We go get him in there and get Bowling Green.
Hey, Peyton. Man. I know the kids got to go to school probably that day. I think Ashley's her wife's name. I think Ashley can handle that. Peyton, just come to a Thursday night game, so you can come to a game that we can win, and then we kind of work ourselves up. Then we get Peyton coming to maybe like a South Carolina, get that dub. Then we just get comfortable. Then we gotta get our feet wet, and then Peyton come to a Kentucky game, yeah, and then start building it up. You can come back to the Georgias and Floridas. We need some time though to get ready for those games. But that's all we need to do, man. We just need to adjust the game that Peyton comes to. That's all we need to do, man.
Tennessee fans need to keep being nice, Peyton. We need to keep Hoke being nice. We need him to keep putting good things about Tennessee and Arch Manning's ears.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's all those fans that were mad at Peyton about the Shiano things. It's time to forgive and forget.
We have passed it.
Peyton, it's okay, man. The way you got caught up with Haslam, man. Hey, it's not your fault. It's not your fault, Peyton. It's not your fault at all.
Here's how I view Peyton being in town this weekend. Set to throw out the first pitch tonight. Checker Lindsey Nelson. I like what Stokes said about 2 negatives make a positive. What we didn't realize is the curse that has been hanging over Tennessee football. There was nobody associated with Tennessee football that could break the curse. All we needed, or in the words of Tony Vitello, alls we needed was Tony Vitello to break the curse. Tony Vitello's going to bring in Peyton this weekend. He's going to checker Lindsey Nelson on Saturday. He's going to beat Arkansas this weekend, number 1 Arkansas, and then he's going to go on to win the SEC next weekend, the regular season crown. And the curse will be lifted because, as Stokes said, you're taking 2 negatives and you're turning it into a positive. Not only are you breaking those 2 curses, but that will break the Tennessee football curse as well. So who knew all along that it was all we needed was Tony Vitello to lift Tennessee football of the curse that it's been living under.
I know one thing. Tony is going up against his mentor, his friend. I better not see any spooning before the game.
I don't think you have anything to worry about in that regard with Tony Vitello.
I know y'all boys.
Jerry Mason, that's just too awkward.
I need a fist bump and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you have to worry about any spooning from Tony Vitello and Dave Van Horn.
I don't want to see any. I don't want to see a handshake. I want to see a hug. I want to see a fist bump, and that's it. That's it. No sneaking up from behind and snuggling. None of that. None of that. We are enemies today, and I want you to act like it.
No, you don't have to worry about that with Tony.
I'm just making
sure. He doesn't strike me as the type that's sneaking up to give bear hugs from behind.
No.
Peekaboo.
He might sneak up with somebody in a sleeper hole, but I don't think he's hugging anybody.
Tony is much more likely to break out meat stick and call his old boss a meat stick this weekend than he is to spoon him.
Yes.
That's just a great phrase.
That's what I'm talking about.
You meat stick?
It's the best.
I don't care if I work for you. You're a meat stick.
It's the best. It's the best, man.
All Tennessee needed was Tony Vitello to lift the football curse.
I don't think that's going to.
You don't think that's how it works?
First of all, I don't think it's a curse, but
Tennessee football is cursed.
I just think we just sorry when Peyton likes to come to big games.
Swain, there are bodies under the stadium.
No, it's not.
There's dead bodies under the field.
Don't be listening to Kathy Bates. You've been watching Blindside too much. Look, all these people talk crap about Peyton. Boy, we have a whole bunch of crying grown men if they ever met him.
Who's that?
All these people on Twitter talk crap about Peyton.
Oh,
if they ever met him in person, they'd be a whole bunch of, oh, Mr. Manning, oh, Peyton, I'm a huge fan, oh, my goodness. Oh, you were just the greatest, oh, my goodness.
I named my kid after you.
Right.
The boy and the girl. They both named
Peyton. A lot of people with some tough Twitter fingers. A whole different story in person.
My son's name Peyton and my daughter's name Peyton. When we call their name, they both come. Peyton, come downstairs, and they both run downstairs.
I even named our dog Peyton.
I just changed the spelling a little bit so we could differentiate it on paper.
Oh man. Oh goodness. Remember 2012 Stokes when who's at the Castleberry Inn?
That's what I'm talking about. It would be like people meeting me now.
Man, dude was crying.
What do you mean, Al Wilson?
I was like, is somebody putting some onions on their hot dogs out here in the tailgate? Is somebody cutting onions? Why is he crying?
People it in for a couple hours or so leading up to that point.
We know alcohol does different things to different people. Like alcohol for some people, it brings out the rage. They want to fight everybody. You got that friend, and then you got some guys like me. Alcohol makes you just want to go to sleep. And then for some folks, it just makes them super emotional. Like hey man, sorry about that time, man. I'm so that's that guy. Alcohol makes him emotional. It brings out all his feelings, cause he was crying when he met Al Wilson. This dude's really crying.
Folks are gonna be mad at Peyton when Arch goes elsewhere.
Peyton ain't his daddy.
I know. I'm not saying that they're going to be right for being mad, but I'm saying they're going to be mad. That they will blame Peyton unfairly. You know that'll happen. Man. And here's the reality of the situation in terms of Tennessee football losing when Peyton comes to town. If Tennessee football had a better team, they wouldn't be losing as much when Peyton comes to town.
That's
because
right.
Tennessee has been bad. The percentages of Tennessee beating these teams he comes to watch them play against are slim to none.
Yeah, I'm just saying we've been sucking at the wrong time.
Really?
It's all timing.
Really? Should be thankful towards Peyton that he wants to come watch a crappy product when he knows his team is going to lose regardless. Yeah, he's still flying out to support the program.
Peyton just checking in on where his donation is being used. That's all.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it ain't got nothing to do with Peyton watching the game.
I sent y'all $10 million. What y'all doing with it?
Yeah. Come show me the Peyton Manning locker room and the new Peyton Manning wing of the museum and the Peyton Manning suite at the stadium. Show me where my money is.
Hey, he doesn't come just to home games. He goes to away games too. He's been to the Georgia game, the A&M game.
He just want to go to Magic City and get some wings, man. So he's like, I'm gonna swing on over here to the game. Since I'm already in Atlanta, let me go ahead and swing over to the game. Oh man, y'all leave Peyton alone. Leave Peyton alone. I always gotta blame somebody. It ain't Peyton Manning's fault that we losing. He ain't played down.
Is he gonna throw a strike?
Huh, that's a good question. I mean, I don't expect it to be right down the middle, but I don't expect it to be 50 Cent up there either.
Is he gonna put a little mustard on it, or is he just gonna lob it through there?
I think he'll put some mustard on it. I think it'll be one of the better first pitches. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm a little nervous for him with this.
I mean, he has a lot of pressure on him, man. He's freaking Hall of Fame quarterback.
Now,
he got to throw a good pitch.
Stokes, earlier in the week, I was telling Swain about the importance of when you throw out a first pitch to stand on top of the mound and throw the first pitch.
Yes. Don't stand in front of the mound.
Thank you. You're in agreement there?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of pressure for Peyton.
If you threw a first pitch, Stokes, how do you think it would go for you? Have you ever thrown a first pitch?
No, I've never thrown a first pitch.
Why you do that, man? Why you do that,
I've never
man?
thrown a first
You know
pitch.
damn
I
well
don't know
Stokes
how
ain't threw out a first pitch.
I
Where
don't
would
know
Stokes
that.
throw out a first pitch?
Somebody let me throw out a first pitch. If they're going to let me throw out a first pitch, surely they'd let somebody like Stokes throw out a first pitch.
He tried.
Where did you throw a first pitch?
That was a slick
at?
brag on you, Stokes. He tried. He ain't slick, man. I'm telling you, Volquist changed him. He ain't slick. I
know.
caught that.
He's feeling himself a little bit now.
You have thrown a first pitch, Stokes? Because earlier this week, he reminded us that he has done it before.
Where?
For the Huntsville Stars, I threw out the first pitch at their last ever home game before they moved to Mobile.
How did you get to do that?
Because I was their beloved bat boy for 3 years.
Oh, that's a little different. You were connected to them. That's
they still let me do it.
We're gonna let this guy was with us for a while. We got to give him something nice.
They had nobody else. That's as simple as that. It's the last game. Like everything's packed up. But no one. We can't call anybody. So
I wasn't asking Stokes to rub it in his face that I've done it. I was asking because
I hear the grin on your face right now.
No. I threw out a great first pitch. We all know Swain would 50 cent it, so I'm curious as to how your first pitch would go.
It'd be just the average first pitch. I'd say on the top of the mound. I get it. If not directly over the plate, it'd be a real close ball, but I wouldn't throw it in the dirt, and it's not going to go sailing. Like I can throw a baseball.
I can throw a baseball too, but I got nervous when I got up there and was about to throw it. I got a little tense. I got a little lemon booty.
You were Smalls walking back to pick the ball up in the outfield the first time he's on the sandlot and say, "Don't be a doofus. Don't be a doofus. Don't be a doofus."
Better make sure you don't have any lotion on your hands. And slide off your hands. Hey, hold on. Let me get that back. Let me get a redo. Like you get the ball, the YMCA. It roll over there by you, and you just shoot it, and you miss it. Oh, come on. Let me get that one back. Let me get one more shot. No, you get one pitch. That's it. So you better make sure your hands are not oily and greasy. No do-overs.
Stokes, before we get you out of here in 7 minutes, I did want to ask you a serious football question. Yesterday during Hour 3, we had a discussion of the most realistic revenge game on Tennessee's schedule this year. I chose Ole Miss, although Swain doesn't classify that as a revenge game because Tennessee did not lose to Ole Miss.
That wasn't the question.
Last season.
That wasn't the question yesterday.
What was it?
See?
I just recited the question.
Proof that you wasn't listening. You, Volstorm and C-Mac, refused to color in the lines.
I said realistic revenge game. That's what you said yesterday.
Game that we lost last year.
You didn't specify that.
Oh, my gosh.
I refuse to believe that you did, even if there's audio evidence. I don't recall you saying that.
I'm getting you some Q-tips during the break.
Because if you said that, then why would I say Ole Miss?
Because you wasn't listening, man.
Possibility. I do tune you out sometimes.
Golly.
To me, that's the biggest revenge game.
If you want to change the question for Stokes, you can change it you can change it for him. But that wasn't the question from yesterday.
Stokes, out of the games Tennessee lost last year, and Tennessee has a realistic chance of winning. Did I get your question right this time?
There you go.
Lost last season.
Good job.
And realistic man. This season.
Give you a sticker during the next break for listening.
Thank you. What is your top revenge game?
That Tennessee has a realistic chance of winning?
Yes.
I don't like the silence here.
Maybe Kentucky.
Maybe.
I really don't like the silence from Stokes. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what Tennessee's going to. What's Tennessee like? I think Tennessee's offense is going to be able to score some points. I don't know what Tennessee's defense is going to be able to do. And I say Kentucky because Tennessee probably beat Kentucky last year if we don't throw, several interceptions.
Who would that someone be?
You had multiple quarterbacks throwing interceptions.
I see what you did there. Well,
that L was different than the other L's because, it wasn't like Kentucky was 34-7 better than us as a team as far as talent.
That's what I'm saying. It was Tennessee gave them that game, and then after the second or third interception, the defense said, "You know what? Forget this." I won't be here anymore.
Pretty much.
The way you worded your question, though, Swain, there's only one answer, and it is Kentucky.
No, it could be Arkansas.
No, he doesn't play Arkansas.
It could be there's another game.
There isn't one. Tennessee beat Vanderbilt. Tennessee beat South Carolina. Tennessee beat Missouri. They're not beating Alabama, Florida, or Georgia.
I think it's another game. Hold on. I thought we pulled up 3 games. I thought we mentioned 3 games. But it might be just Kentucky.
Kentucky's the only option because that's the only game Tennessee lost to on this year's schedule. That is a reasonable chance that Tennessee wins this year.
Damn, we got clapped by Kentucky.
That's why I'm going Ole Miss, because Swain's question has some holes in it. There's only one possible answer.
Ben trying to pull Roddy Piper, talking about every time you think you got the answer, I change the question.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, VolQuest has changed Ben, man.
Did you find the other game on the schedule?
Well, the way my laptop is working right now, I got too many tabs open.
What
happened was no. You
got
see,
the pinwheel.
Yeah, we mentioned Arkansas and Texas. We mentioned Arkansas and Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we mentioned Arkansas, Auburn, and Kentucky. You play Kentucky again this year. You don't play Arkansas, and you don't play Auburn. So yeah.
Expanding the question.
Expand it then.
Would you rather get revenge on Kentucky Stokes or Lane Kiffin?
There's no revenge to get on Lane Kiffin.
Yes, there is.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. He ain't let it go
The way he left.
Oh, my gosh.
Tennessee has not been able to beat him down.
How here's the thing. Like, his dream job came a calling. He got a better offer where he wanted to go. His wife wanted to go back to California. Like, how else was he supposed to do that? I mean, I'm sure there's a better way it could have been handled than like a late-night press conference and bounce. It's what Coach O and some members of his staff did after all that madness, trying to call recruits, tell them not to go to class. That was shady. But, like, Lane got a better job offer from where he wanted to be a head coach at anyways, in a state he wanted to be a head coach in. Like, now I think he's matured a lot and probably would do things a little bit different, but I'm mad at him about that. Like, if anything, I was more ticked off that, like, Coach Orgeron was telling the recruits not to go to class so they could all go to USC, which I get it. But, like, Kiffin, I never hated Kiffin for that.
Here's the moral of the story. There's really not a good way to leave.
No.
I mean, when's the last time you heard of a coach leaving a job and when he told his players there was a slow clap? Because Lyle tried to sell that when he came here. He's like, come on, the players congratulated me on the way out. Remember that, Stokes? Remember that?
Oh, my
You remember that?
That was the one time in his introductory press conference, outside of that cheesy, I wasn't my wife's first choice either. Like, everybody says that. When he started talking about his players congratulating him for getting the job and shaking his hand and being happy for him, I was like, boy, you said a lot of good things up until this point. Now you have to lose people.
He already lying. That's what I said to myself. Man, this dude lying already. Ain't nobody doing that.
No.
Nobody doing that. So it's just not a good way to leave, man. Like I saw what people were trying to trash on Heupel the way he left. Like, it happened so fast. It happened so fast. Heupel's introductory press conference, he talked about, it being a whirlwind. I mean, it happened so fast, so it's really hard to call each player or sometimes have a press conference or meet with your team. That's the ideal thing you want to do, but it's hard, man. It's hard. Stokes.
Like with the Kiffin thing, I'm more upset at how Tennessee handled business after he left.
Correct. All right, what beer are you having as you watch Tennessee play Arkansas this weekend?
I don't know. I've got one local Hefeweizen in the fridge right now, and just some like basic stuff I know I like. But I got to go to the store when I get off work tonight, and yeah, pick up some new stuff because my supplies are low. But I'll probably pick up a nice double IPA. Sounds like a double IPA night.
Let's get it. All right, Stokes, man. Have a good one.
All right, y'all as well, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Hour 2 coming up.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup, or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be smiling because you'll know that you're in love.
At Hiller, we care about your family's comfort all year long. If you get caught without air conditioning this summer, we're offering a free service call with any repair. That's a free service call when we do the work on your HVAC system. Visit happyhiller.com to schedule your appointment today.
Call the happy face truck today.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, and touchdown turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. I do it a little different today. What's more likely to happen as Tennessee hosts the number one team in the country, Arkansas? More likely to happen here, Ben. Tennessee steals the first game or Tennessee steals the second game? More likely to happen.
Ugh.
Tennessee steals the first game or Tennessee steals the second game. When Tennessee hosted a team that was ranked higher than them once, or the last time that happened was Vanderbilt, and Tennessee was able to steal the second game. Just a crazy performance by Evan Russell. What do we see today, tomorrow, Sunday? But for this question, more likely to steal game 1 or game 2?
I guess you're asking this in the sense that we're hoping Tennessee can steal one game this weekend and avoid being swept as the expectation. I agree with that expectation, for the record. I think game 3 is the most likely one Tennessee is going to steal. But between game 1, game 2, man, that's a tough question because there's pros and cons to each game. Let me talk through it, and then I'll give you an answer. Game 1, I don't feel great about Tennessee stealing game 1 because I spoke earlier in the show when you asked me about Arkansas's pitching. Patrick Wicklander, he is their best starter, and he is starting tonight. So that is simply why I don't feel great about Tennessee's chances stealing game 1. Don't blow that out as Goliath. It's not that. Tennessee is the underdog. Tennessee is looking to pull off an upset this weekend. Arkansas is the better team, the more talented team, but it's not David versus Goliath. Tennessee has a great chance to win this weekend. So please don't think that I am trying to communicate that Tennessee is just some huge underdog and it's going to take a miracle for Tennessee to win this weekend, because that's not the case. Tennessee has a very good chance to win this weekend. I like Tennessee's chances of winning this weekend. I'm not going to pick Tennessee to win the series, but I do think Tennessee has a really good chance to win. So please don't think that I'm trying to say Tennessee has no chance or it's a long shot that Tennessee pulls out a game. But Patrick Wicklander is their best pitcher. I would expect for him to continue to pitch well. So it would be hard for me to pick game 1. But then in regards to game 2, while I hesitate to say game 2, is Chad Dallas is on the mound for Tennessee on Friday night going up against Patrick Wicklander, whereas Will Heflin is going up against Arkansas on day 2, game 2. And I worry about Will Heflin's stuff against this lineup. Will Heflin is a very good pitcher, but his stuff isn't overpowering. And that does play to his advantage. That's why he was able to have success against Vanderbilt. These SEC hitters are used to facing mid-90s, upper 90s fastballs and even low 90s fastballs, game in, game out, weekend after weekend. And here comes Will Heflin throwing his 86 to 87 mile an hour fastball. And it's a nice, from Will's perspective, it's a nice change of pace because these SEC hitters are so fixated on hitting these mid-90s, upper 90s fastballs that it becomes repetitive and they get in the flow. And when they see this, pitcher who doesn't throw as hard as the other pitchers in the league, it throws them off balance. And Will also does a great job of mixing in his changeup. He has a filthy breaking ball. He does a good job of painting each corner, working in, working out, changing the eye level of the hitter, and really attacking hitters. That's why Will Heflin is so good. He doesn't have overpowering stuff. He doesn't have the typical Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, Patrick Wicklander, Kevin Kopps. He doesn't have that type of stuff. But he's efficient because SEC hitters aren't used to facing as slow of a pitcher as he is. And, again, he does a good job of mixing in his breaking stuff and painting the corners. But I still worry about him going up against what I view as the best hitting lineup in the SEC and maybe the entire country. So that's why I don't feel confident about Tennessee really stealing game 2 either. But if I did have to pick between game 1 or game 2, again, I think game 3 is the most likely game Tennessee steals because you have Blake Tidwell on the mound. Arkansas struggles to find that consistent.
You don't want to answer the question, do you?
I'm about to. Arkansas struggles to find that consistent pitcher on day 3, but I think it'll be game 2. If I had to pick between game 1 or game 2, which one they had to steal, which was your question of which one is more likely, I do think it is game 2 because Patrick Wicklander won't be on the mound, and there's probably a solid chance that Arkansas uses Kevin Kopps tonight, which would mean his availability for Saturday's game is in question depending on how many pitches he throws tonight. So you don't have to worry about Arkansas's two best pitchers, theoretically, on Saturday during Game 2, and Tennessee should have an easier time at producing some more runs, which will allow for some room for Will Heflin to maybe make some mistakes against a really good hitting lineup. So I think Game 2 is the more likely game that Tennessee steals.
Good job, Ben. Man, I didn't think you was gonna answer the question. I thought you was tippy toeing around it. Didn't want to answer it. Kept talking about Game 3.
I like to be thorough.
You mentioned Game 3. You still don't want to answer the question. I worded it that way, and I asked the question because if Arkansas beats us Game 1, Game 2, then they automatically get the series win. Mm-hmm. And if you're Tennessee, you can kind of sneak and get that Game 3 win, so you can avoid the sweep. So I did that on purpose, Ben.
That situation would worry me a little bit in terms of Tennessee trying to avoid a sweep on Sunday. I love Blake Tidwell. I love his stuff, but a freshman trying to avoid a sweep against the best hitting lineup in the SEC, that's a lot of pressure on a freshman. And Blade seems to have settled into his role just in time for postseason play, but that would still make me a little bit nervous. So hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Why I was tiptoeing around the question is because, I just completely ignored the fact that Chad Dallas is pitching tonight. And again, as I've said multiple times on this show, Chad Dallas, Tennessee's Friday night starter, he doesn't have overwhelming stuff. He doesn't have an overpowering fastball and just a wicked breaking ball. He doesn't have first-round type talent. He's going to get drafted. He has a decent fastball, sits low 90s, can maybe touch mid-90s here or there. He has a good breaking ball. But what makes Chad Dallas successful is that he's a dog. He's a pit bull on the mound. And he competes his tail off, and his teammates follow suit. He sets the tone for the entire weekend. So although Patrick Wicklander is on the mound for Arkansas tonight, Chad Dallas is on the mound for Tennessee, and that gives Tennessee a ton of confidence. So that's also why I was tiptoeing around your question, because I don't want to doubt Chad Dallas tonight, because Chad Dallas is absolutely capable of going out there tonight and giving up 2 to 3 runs over 7 innings and putting Tennessee in a position to win tonight.
You got to take the text box. You got to admit, it's pretty funny.
Hey, y'all can hate. We provide thorough, in-depth analysis here on the Swain Event.
Morgan says, woo! My daughter was a newborn when Ben started talking about the baseball team possibly winning Game 2 or Game 3. Now she's graduating in 5th grade today. Hey, man, Ben broke it down now. Ben broke it down like a lap dance for y'all. That's what he did.
Go find somebody else, another show that's going to break down football, basketball, and baseball the way we will here on the Swain Event. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah. We broke down baseball.
We did.
We
did.
Hey, man, give me that paper so I can put my name on it.
One Swain Event, baby. Hashtag one Swain Event.
Give me your paper, man. Let me scribble my name on it. Jason Swain at the top. Did you see this story out of Ohio State?
I did see that story out of Ohio State.
Ain't this the craziest thing that... No, it's not. It's actually not the craziest thing. Take that back. Yeah, let me take that back. It's not the craziest thing. I used to live in Gibbs. Well, why would I think this is the craziest thing? Never mind. 865-255-03. But wow. Ohio State under attack. This is interesting. We will take a quick time out. We'll go to the phones. Kind of share a little bit about this Ohio State story. Crazy. Swain Event. Be right back.
other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain Event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Man, shout out to Dead End Barbecue for taking care of dinner yesterday. End of the week, man. Don't be feeling like cooking anything. Time for some takeout.
I had Dead End for dinner on Wednesday night. Tuesday or Wednesday night. One of the two. My week all runs together, as I'm sure most do. I had that Bernie Mac.
Surprise.
No. I had the Mac Attack with a
surprise.
With a brisket.
Surprise.
It was so good.
Those are your two.
Like, oh. I had it on Tuesday night because my college roommate that I went with, he got wings, and I forgot that it was half-price wings from 4 to 8. And he said, why did I get $5 off?
You played yourself, homie. You played yourself. Man. You could have had half-price wings. Yeah, I've had wings. My last couple of trips to Dead End, man. I've been on the wings, man, with ranch. With ranch.
Ranch is the only way to do it.
Yeah, for me, for sure, man. And for you, too. Some folks like blue cheese. That's if you like cheese with your wings or whatever.
It's a little weird, but.
Let's get to Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. I was going to ask Ben a couple of baseball questions there, if we can.
Absolutely.
What's the pitch count for a pitcher? How many pitches can they have? How many innings can they pitch and pitch the next day, and so on and so forth?
There are no rules for that in college baseball.
Okay.
Now, I think there is a rule once it gets into. No, there's no rule. Sorry, I was thinking of Little League World Series.
High school, there is a rule. High school, so I didn't know.
Yes.
And that's very important because, well, sound like we got a Greg Maddux that we pitch, and I mean that's who I thought he was talking about. Really, paints corner, placement of the ball, nice ball around 86, change up in the middle, but the umps is very important. What do you know anything about the ones going to be behind the plate and what their tendency is in balls and strikes? What their strike zone is going to be?
I have no earthly idea who is going to be the umpires tonight, but I do know one thing, Turkey Man, and that is that it does not matter who is behind the plate in college baseball. College baseball umpires are the most inconsistent human beings on the face of the planet. It is why Tony Vitello nearly has a heart attack every game. They cannot be trusted. So I don't know exactly who is behind the plate, but I guarantee you they will be inconsistent because college umpires are inconsistent.
Well, that's the reason Greg Maddux was so good. He had consistency, and he had respect, and he was given everybody knew that this is his what he does. He works the corners, he paints the corners. And I've seen Greg Maddux get strikes called that looked like his foot off the plate because he was Greg Maddux and he did this. But important thing about the game, and any games you pitch it, but especially baseball. But we've got to have bats to work the pitchers and make it a problem for the pitchers, and it really plays into that happening if you can work them into innings to make them use up that pitcher's ability to pitch the next game. But that being said, I'm going to testify a little bit more, if that's okay. Can I do that? Go for it. Well, you guys know we tape all them services and stuff. And, we're a small congregation right now going. Lord moves a place to grow. It's amazing. A friend of mine is in Honduras. Me and him friends, grew up friends, and he got the calling to go to mission field. You know what's going on now as far as the COVID and being able to people being able to travel and so on and so forth. We all know the problem. Well, there's this part in Honduras that he was trying to reach to take food in because of the floods they had and all and on. And they finally made okay to do that. And they had over 15,000. He said, well over 15,000. He didn't know the number. He had set up an FM transmitter like we use over there and had it set up where that they could hear. And he was going to pull some of the bigger churches and do live streaming for the people that they was going to feed and had their interpreter. He said every one he had, it wouldn't work. But he had taped one of our messages. And he said, I don't know what he's going to preach. We're going to play it. Over 15,000 made a move. It just overwhelmed me. So you never know, bro. You never know. You never know.
It's pretty incredible,
yeah,
Turkey Man.
That's
pretty incredible.
It is. It just, I knew you both where you stood, and I want to share it with you because I just feel so. I don't know how to feel. Overwhelmed. Anyhow, God bless you. Have a good day.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing, Turkey Man. Thank you so much for sharing. 865-255-03.
And now about what this Ohio State lady did.
I don't even know if I should talk about it now. Turkey Man dropped that.
I know. We may need to wait after a break to transition from that phone call for Turkey Man to this Ohio State lady.
maybe it should be for what?
Maybe so.
Maybe we should just do for what next. I can't even talk about it now. I don't even feel right. Nah, I'm okay. Anyways, so Ohio State's bans a massage therapist for inappropriate behavior targeting the football team. A massage therapist, according to ESPN, has been barred for having interactions from any Ohio State athletic members after an independent investigation found that she engaged in inappropriate behavior targeting members of the football team. She tried to exploit members of the team. The university released statements and a full report on the investigation. The massage therapist is a 41-year-old who lives about 2 hours north of campus. She obtained her massage therapy license in 2009. She claimed to have had clients in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, NCAA football. The investigation began after a complaint was filed in the spring of 2020. The State Medical Board of Ohio alleged a female licensed massage therapist was offering free therapeutic massages to members of the Ohio State football team. She had been using the massages as means to initiate relations with some of the football student athletes and then demanding payment.
What?
Yes, demanding payment. Demanding payment.
That's probably how she got caught.
So what you about to do? I'm waiting on you to hit me up on Cash App. Excuse me, ma'am? No. She's trying to demand payment. She's trying to exploit the student athletes. The Ohio State sought after some outside counsel, and through the investigation, they found that the first contact with a football student athlete occurred in the fall of 2018. The investigation also revealed that at some point in 2020, the massage therapist contacted committed recruits on National Signing Day, claiming to be a masseuse for the team. In total, 34 football players had knowledge of the massage therapist, with 20 receiving massages only, and 5 football players acknowledging during interviews that they had engaged in relations with her. I don't believe them. I don't believe it's. I don't believe it's only 5. Anyways,
why not?
I just don't believe it. I just don't. I'm sorry. I may be wrong. I just don't believe. The 34 football players knew what was going on, and only 5, engaged in relations. I just don't believe it. It's kind of scary though. When your football players are under attack. Under attack, basically. This is crazy. I mean, you got lot lizards, There's lot lizards, I mean,
you got Tammys.
I mean, you got folks that that they want to play a lot of minutes. They want a lot of run, a lot of playing time. I mean, that's what they do. But to try to exploit demanding money, that's when, as a university, you got to step in. And since she has lost her license to I guess be a massage therapist, so weird, man. So weird. Some of y'all like, why you tell? Y'all crazy. You are a target. Moral of the story. You're a target. You're a target. Whenever you play at a place like Ohio State, place like Clemson and Florida State or Florida, Texas, A&M, LSU, Tennessee, like you are in the eye. You are in the public eye. So you just gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You're dealing with 18, 20-year-old, 21, 22, 23-year-olds who are what's the right word to use here that's appropriate for anxious to engage. I think we'll say that one. They're anxious to engage in relations at that age, I guess. So you gotta be careful. Crazy stuff. Swain Event. Be right back.
While the other guys are taking guesses, the Swain Event is taking you behind the scenes and in the huddle every morning from 7 till 10 right here.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss stem cell treatment and PRP. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
That's right, Jason. We specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints by using ultrasound-guided injections with stem cells or PRP. And this form of treatment actually stimulates the body's own reparative process and allows for healing of the damaged tissue.
So, Doc, what makes your training different than others?
Well, Jason, I've been practicing in Knoxville for 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. So unlike the big seminars that will advertise stem cells, fly someone in for a couple hours to talk about supposed stem cells that you order off of a shelf, then they'll depart, leaving the patient wondering who will be the person injecting me and what their level of training is. At Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own bone marrow stem cells or PRP. So in other words, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, trsportsmedicine.com. East Tennessee's leader in PRP and stem cell therapy.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Time for Around the SEC this morning. Swain Event, fueled by Dead and Barbecue. Hope you are having a fantastic Friday. Some of y'all may maybe have a day off. Some of you may get off a little early. But, hey, for those that don't, 5 o'clock is coming. Hope you are having a great morning and starting your weekend off on the right tone. Some of y'all may not work today. But if you've been McKee, you're always working. Always grinding. He brings us around the SEC today. What you got, man?
I only have 2 notes for the good people from around the SEC today. Before I give you those two notes, for those who are going to keep up with Tennessee baseball this weekend and are keeping up with the race for a potential SEC regular season championship and an SEC East championship, and yes, you'd rather have postseason success than regular season success, but I maintain that this season is already a huge accomplishment in my opinion, regardless of how it ends. Maybe we can get into that debate later on in the show if somebody disagrees with that. But for Tennessee to be in a position, it's looking like they're going to finish at least number 2 in the SEC East, and I'm not one for participation trophies. So hopefully this doesn't get spun out of control. But when you're Tennessee baseball and you haven't done anything for nearly 2 decades and you're competing with teams like Vanderbilt who have won an SEC championship, a national championship, Florida, SEC championship, national championship, South Carolina, national championship within the last decade, I believe. And then you look across the way, Arkansas was a dropped or not necessarily dropped, but they let a fly ball hit the ground in 2018 of the College World Series, and they were an out away. If they catch that ball instead of miscommunicating, they win the World Series in 2018. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, perennial powers in the SEC. A&M, a perennial power in the SEC. LSU, same category. When you're competing with those teams and you're beating those teams and you finish second in the East in just an absolute gauntlet, based off of the last 15 to 20 years, that to me is a success. And obviously, just like with Rick Barnes, standards and expectations will change. But I say that to say that I think it'll be pretty significant. Even though postseason success is more important, it would be really cool to see Tennessee win the regular season title. So if you're keeping up with that, something to watch this weekend is Georgia-Florida. Florida is 2 games behind Tennessee, but if Florida were to sweep Georgia, if Arkansas were to sweep Tennessee, then Florida would jump Tennessee. I don't expect either of those 2 things to happen. I would be surprised if Arkansas swept Tennessee. I would be surprised if Florida swept Georgia. So I don't expect for that to happen, but that is something to keep an eye on. More importantly, to keep an eye on is Vanderbilt-Ole Miss. Tennessee a game ahead of Vanderbilt in the SEC East standings because Vanderbilt's game against Alabama last Sunday was rained out. Tennessee has 1 more conference win, therefore they are 1 game ahead of Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt is at number 18 Ole Miss this weekend. A loss for Vanderbilt this weekend would be huge, and Ole Miss very capable of handing Vanderbilt at least 1 L and very capable of winning the series with Vanderbilt. So Tennessee fans are rooting hard for Ole Miss this weekend. So those are some things to keep an eye on as Tennessee tries to win the regular season crown. Also, and Arkansas is watching Mississippi State as well. Tennessee and Arkansas entered the weekend tied for first in the SEC. They were a game ahead of Mississippi State. Well, Mississippi State plays Missouri this weekend, and Mississippi State beat Missouri last night. Missouri actually led late in that game, but Mississippi State came back and won, and it would be shocking if Mississippi State does not sweep Missouri just because Missouri is so bad. So Mississippi State, if they sweep Missouri and neither Arkansas or Tennessee sweeps, then Mississippi State is going to be tied for first after this weekend, or even a game ahead of whoever after the weekend. So that is something else to keep track of as we continue to see whether Tennessee baseball can win a regular season championship under Tony Vitello. In terms of the 2 other quick SEC notes I have for you. Basketball note, Mississippi State's DJ Stewart will sign with an agent and remain in the draft. That is significant SEC basketball news.
Wow.
DJ Stewart was an all-conference player for Ben Howland at Mississippi State, so that is significant. And then how about Eli Drinkwitz making a Nick Saban-type hire? And I say Nick Saban-type hire because he has hired an analyst, an offensive analyst, and that offensive analyst is Scott Linehan, a former NFL head coach and a 30-year coaching veteran. He has been hired as an offensive analyst on Eli Drinkwitz's staff at Missouri. The school announced yesterday. Most recently, Linehan was serving as the passing game coordinator at LSU for the 2020 season. Last season, worked with Miles Brennan there. So Eli Drinkwitz bringing in Scott Linehan, a former NFL head coach, to be an analyst.
Wow.
Taking a page out of Nick Saban's book. I see you, Eli, adapting to the SEC.
Yeah, that's really good, man. That's really good on Eli Drinkwitz. I think you were spot on talking about, baseball expectations. And I think level-headed folks understand the expectations matter when it comes to the success of, like, realistic expectations when it comes to judging a team's success or judging a team's season. I think some fans are just so unrealistic, which means why they're so unhappy all the time, because they truly expect every team to win every team they root for to win a championship. There's only one team that wins a championship. In a league of 20 teams, there's going to be 19 losers. In a league of 100 teams, there's going to be 99 losers. It's just the way it is. Well, as you were talking about Tennessee baseball and kind of like this has been like a great season and you don't buy into participation trophies and all that, but I think about where Tennessee baseball is and was, and there's levels. There's always levels. And I remember when, like, Tennessee basketball under Bud Peterson, like, the expectations were not high. And because the expectations were not high, no one was, like, pissed off because they didn't win a game in the NCAA tournament or upset that they didn't get, past an opponent if they were to make the tournament because you didn't expect them to. And the difference to me is, not the difference, but the similarities for me is when Bruce Pearl came and raised the bar and gave Tennessee fans a taste of what it was like to compete at that level. And now, after getting that taste, we want more of it. And so when Conzo came in and playing the way he was playing, the Kings playing the way he was playing during the regular season, a lot of people were upset. But, like, the end result is what we wanted. And then all of that success that we have kind of experienced has now led us to be a lot harder on Rick Barnes coaching basketball. Well, at some point, and I hope this is the case, I'm pretty sure Tony Vitello would hope this too, he is going to be a victim of his own success if he remains the basketball coach here at Tennessee long term. At some point, we're going to turn into maybe Florida fans, baseball fans, or Vanderbilt baseball fans, or Arkansas baseball fans, where we're going to expect to win the conference championship. And if we don't, we're going to look at it as a failure. Like, if, let's say here in 5 to 10 years and Tony's still dealing and willing, where Tennessee is right now, the baseball season won't be good enough.
Nope.
It won't be good enough.
It'll be fair.
like right now, like if Tennessee just lost and didn't host a super regional and whatever, like you would still be like, oh, hey man, Tennessee baseball did a heck of a job this season, man. Wow, what a great job Tony Vitello has done, man. Wow, considering where they are facility wise and the disadvantages that Tony has to deal with. Wow, man, good job, Tony. But like in 5 or 10 years, and the facility upgrades are right there with everyone else, and you getting top recruits, and if you don't go further than where you are right now, we're gonna label the season as a failure. So it reminds me a little bit of kind of where like basketball took these steps in that progression.
Yeah, and that's the next step for Tony. I mean, he's had regular season success, and that is a significant step forward for the baseball program. I talked earlier in the show that I was excited and jacked about the podcast that I was able to put together. I also wrote a story for VolQuest that I would encourage those who would like to check out. I tried to do my best job of illustrating how far Tony Vitello has come, and the method to his madness and why he has been able to get Tennessee to this point. And a lot of it is because of what he saw and experienced at Arkansas. I mean, he said it was a Xerox copy of what he experienced at Arkansas, and it's why the players at Tennessee have been able to develop the way that they have, because it's a Xerox copy of what Dave Van Horn taught him while he was at Arkansas. And part of me trying to illustrate just how far this baseball program has come is, I mean, this program, it was considered a success if you made the SEC tournament. If you were one of the 12 teams to make the SEC tournament, the season was a success. And even that wasn't being reached. Tennessee wasn't even making the SEC tournament. They were one of 2 teams routinely left out of going to Hoover. And for those who are kind of new to SEC baseball, yes, the 13th and 14th teams in the SEC, they don't get to play in the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
Only the top 12 teams get to go to Hoover. And that was the expectation. And so that's why the regular season success right now should be celebrated and is being celebrated. But the next step is postseason success. Tony is pulling in that driveway. He is pulling in that driveway, because at the end of the day, as great as Tony Vitello has done, he's yet to win an SEC tournament game.
He's not in the neighborhood. He pulling in the driveway.
He's pulling in the driveway.
Mercury Morris.
Yeah.
Don't tell me when they pull in the neighborhood. Let me know when they in the driveway. Every time a team starts 13-0 or 10-0, they go and talk to the Miami Dolphins. Mercury Morris of the 72 Dolphins that were undefeated, won championship.
Yeah,
Tony is in the driveway.
He's in the driveway of reaching that expectation of needing to have some postseason success to go along with the regular season success. Because, again, he has yet to win an SEC tournament game. Part of that is due to COVID. I would be stunned if last season's tournament played out and they didn't do any damage in Hoover. That team last year was even better than this year's team.
It started 15-2. Yes,
and had a pitcher who bypassed the minor leagues and went straight to the White Sox and has been absolutely dealing for the White Sox and Garrett Crochet.
Go Sox!
You had
my team.
Your favorite baseball team.
Yeah, my team.
You lost 2 big bats in Zach Daniels and Alric Solari. That was the heart of the lineup. Alric Solari was one of the best hitters in the SEC the year prior in 2019. You lose those 2 coming into this year. The next step is finding some postseason success, winning some games in the SEC tournament. More importantly, winning a regional. He's yet to win a regional. He's only been to 1, and again, part of that is because of COVID. But that's the next step. You gotta bring up, or you gotta find some postseason success to go along with regular season success, and I think eventually he'll do that. And as you illustrated, when that time comes, expectations will change. Because I can tell you right now, if Vanderbilt doesn't win the College World Series or at least make it to the College World Series, it is a massive failure. With Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter going number 1 and number 2, and you don't make the College World Series, that's a massive failure. If they don't win the World Series, it's going to be viewed as a failure. Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Arkansas, all these teams, they have reached the point now to where their season is a failure if they don't make it to Omaha. And even making it to Omaha sometimes is not good enough.
But that's what you embrace, though. I mean, you embrace being able to build a program up to the point where if you're not winning at a certain level, people are going to criticize you and demand more. Just because you build it doesn't give you a right not to continue to build and go win. That's what you want. I'm pretty sure Josh Heupel can't wait until he's criticized for not beating a Florida team the way, Butch was criticized in 2015. Because you should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
You should have won that game.
Should have won the 14 game.
Yeah, you should have won it. You should have won it.
Back-to-back years, you blew it.
Yeah, but but as you put things in perspective, it's, hey man, he did a good job in 13 and getting Tennessee into position where they were competitive and had a chance to win against Florida in 14 and 15. But still, just because you did a good job of getting you to that point, you deserve to be criticized if you failed to handle business. You failed to win. And coaches should welcome that. A guy like Tony Vitello seems like he would welcome that. He can't wait to be in a position where if we're not competing in the World Series, it's failure. Oh, man.
I can't wait.
That means you've raised the bar.
Yeah, and I'll pump my podcast one more time. I promise this is the last time I'll hype it up.
Pump that thing.
Again, I spoke with Phil Elson, the Arkansas play-by-play guy, and I was asking him about how Arkansas fans felt about Tony Vitello, because Tony Vitello is beloved here. He is a fan favorite. Tennessee fans absolutely adore Tony Vitello, as they should. And so I asked him if as an assistant coach that feeling was the same way at Arkansas, because we see assistant coaches all throughout college athletics be loved by fan bases as well.
Like Niedermeyer?
Like Brian Niedermeyer.
like Mike Eckler now.
Yes, like Mike Eckler now. I mean, you look at Kentucky. Kentucky fans love Vince Morrow, even though he routinely throws shade for no reason. But there are assistant coaches all throughout the country in football, basketball, baseball that are absolutely adored by the fan bases. And Tony was one of those for Arkansas fans. Arkansas fans absolutely loved Tony because he was a big reason why Arkansas was having success, because he was just an ace recruiter and bringing in ridiculous talent year after year after year. And if I would have put the puzzle pieces together, it makes sense. I just never connected the dots or put the puzzle pieces together. But Phil was telling me that Arkansas fans feel like when the time comes for Dave Van Horn to retire, like Tony Vitello is the guy that they want and want to make a run at. They view Tony Vitello as the next head baseball coach at Arkansas. Now, that may make you a little nervous if you're a Tennessee fan, but Phil did make sure to emphasize that he does not think Dave Van Horn is going to retire anytime soon. But I bring that up to also add that he gave a shot of hope, injected some hope into Tennessee baseball fans, in my opinion, for those who want to continue to see the baseball program grow.
I don't know. Dave Van Horn looking a little old.
I know, but there may be a Nick Saban effect there where he has no desire to retire.
Nah, I ain't that old.
How old is he? 50-something?
He's 60.
60? Yeah. So he got at least another 10 years or so, hopefully.
If you wanted it.
But he's been there 19 years, I believe. Early on in the Arkansas tenure, Arkansas was where Tennessee is now in terms of facilities being behind. There wasn't a ton of winning to that point. And Dave Van Horn was able to build Arkansas into the monster that Arkansas is now. So Tony Vitello is a branch of the Dave Van Horn coaching tree. And again, Tony Vitello said it himself yesterday that the plans for his baseball program at Tennessee is a Xerox copy of Arkansas's. So to me, that was a shot of hope into the veins of Tennessee fans that want to see the baseball program grow, that Tennessee baseball can grow into what Arkansas and some of these other schools are, as long as they continue to support and feed into the program. They can't continue to neglect the program, and that's more of an administration thing, but you can't continue to neglect the program. So I thought it was cool that there were some very similar parallels from the early days of Dave Van Horn to the early days of Tony Vitello here at Tennessee. Very similar.
Man, Van Horn went to the College World Series in his second year.
Dang.
My bad, Ben.
Tony was going to do it in his third.
Hey, Ben, you said something right there. That's true. No, that's true. That is true. That means it took time. Now, his second World Series was like 6 years after he took the job. So, we got time. Just show Tony the plans. Show Tony the plans of putting baseball as a priority.
Yeah, he had 4 years in between College World Series appearances. Regional. He didn't even make it to the Super Regional for the next 4 years after he made the World Series in his second year.
Are you trying to say that it takes time to build a baseball program?
Yes.
Stick by stick?
It takes time to build any program if you're doing it the right way.
Ball by ball?
We thought Jeremy Pruitt was doing a good job of building a program. This time last year, we thought Pruitt was doing a good job of building the program. It was this time last year when Tennessee was seemingly getting a high-level 4-star or a 5-star every day of the week. And we all know that the foundation wasn't correctly laid. So I know it's a cliche and fans don't want to hear about patience, but it does take time to build any program.
Base by base?
Base by base, pitch by pitch, at bat by at bat.
Walk by walk?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any more.
Meat stick by meat stick.
RBI by RBIs?
There you go.
I think I don't have any more. Hour 3 coming up. For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. I'm excited to share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
That's why I love the Swain Event. We're one big family. Look at y'all. Dinger by dinger. How about bunt by bunt? I prefer slap bunt by slap bunt. It's a mouthful. Let's get to that's what the Ohio State Masood said. Let's get to Volstorm. Good morning, sir.
Run by run.
Oh yeah, those things. Home run by home run.
Giblet by giblet.
No comment.
Does this mean State has a group called the Ohio?
We did have a comment on the text box along those lines. Oh, I see. She's in Ohio.
Great minds think alike.
Shout out to Alex. Who also said apostrophe by apostrophe. Alex, I don't
what
get
does
that
mean?
Yeah, I need an explanation on that one, Alex. That joke went over my head. I don't get the apostrophe by apostrophe.
Ejection
Nobody
by ejection.
understands that.
For Vitello.
Lemonade stand by lemonade stand.
Very similar to Sammy Sosa's injection by injection.
Oh, yeah. Boy, Sammy, man. Sammy
I got a world
conveniently
of
stopped
comments
speaking
about
English.
Sosa. But guys, why do we as a fan base get so hung up on whether or not the university is trying to throw a little fun into the festivities?
Man.
Because we have nega Vol ringleaders like you leading the way on social media.
No.
It's because Danny White, when he said what he said, was right. He was right. And it had bothered us because he was someone that wasn't from the inside saying it. But what he said was right. Look at the game being played on Thursday. Look at Checker Lindsey Nelson. Like, those are like awesome opportunities. And folks still picking it apart, being negative. That is what Danny White was talking about. I don't know, Volstorm. I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, for crying out loud, I think a lot of people compare, Checker Lindsey, Checker Nealon, Checker TBA, wearing the gray uniforms is stuff that teams in the MAC do.
Fan interaction?
I got news for y'all. Number one, we are not the power that we were, and we haven't been for quite some time. But probably most importantly is there's nothing wrong with putting a little excitement into there. I don't have a problem with checker whatever the hell they want to.
I just don't understand why folks boast about our traditions and be so prideful about our traditions, but then when the university wants to do something that involves everyone to promote the same tradition, folks don't want to do that. Makes no sense to me.
How do y'all think we got tradition? I'm sure people thought that when Lindsey Nelson first started using the checkerboard that it was a gimmick.
Yep.
Bet people don't know that one.
I bet the first time that the band formed a T and the team ran through it, it's pretty cool. But it became iconic, legendary, breathtaking, today, because it all started with an idea and it's a tradition now. Well, checker kneeling can be the same thing, or checkering TBA or checkering, Lindsey Nelson. That's a part of our logo. Checkerboard.
And checker kneeling wasn't started by the university anyway. It was started by the fans, by our boy Spencer Barnett.
That's right.
I don't know. It's so many of these fans are so beaten down that they start associating, trying to color in a few things here and there with, "Oh, that's why we lost. Oh, that's why we lost." No, it ain't. We lost because we sucked.
That's right. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
It's kind of like the whole thing about Peyton coming to the games and them losing. We have a good time with it, but the fact of the matter is that we lost when Peyton wasn't there. We lost at home. We lost away. I don't think it has anything to do with Peyton showing up.
Nothing.
As Regulator says here on the text box, I'm sure there were old people back in the day complaining about Tennessee running out of the tee and how corny and gimmicky that was too.
Yes. Oh, and when they switched from Down the Field to Rocky Top as the fight song,
people were hot. I bet people was hot. I got a message for the university. Let me go get my pigeon and put a message on this pigeon. Let me send this message in about a pigeon. Because you can't send an email. You can't pick up a telephone.
I'm gonna wait for the postman on his horse to come by. I'm gonna write a stern letter in calligraphy with my inkwell, and we gonna send that up to the university, and I'm gonna let them know I do not appreciate you using the color orange. We have never used that before.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, before I go, for research purposes only, do you happen to have a business address for that woman? See ya.
You'll have to contact Nealon Mafia Volstorm.
He's not the one you contact.
He is in touch.
Big Orange Mac.
Big Orange Mac. You can also contact Nealon Mafia because he can put you in touch to Tammys and lot lizards that are in the same masseuse business.
Oh man. No, I hear what you're saying, Aaron. Thank you for the facts. I'm just saying, at the start of something, I'm sure there are people complaining because it was different. But then it turned into one of the most recognizable interests in college football. When the tee opens up, the crowd roars. But it didn't start off like that. The UPS man says if you use a pigeon, isn't it technically tweeting? Yeah, absolutely. That's the original tweeting right there.
Is it the UPS man or the UPS man?
I'm going to the UPS man. I don't see any type of punctuation.
There's no punctuation in ups either.
So, I don't know. I'm going to go UPS man until he corrects me.
The ups man.
You say ups man, I'm going to say UPS man. Opportunity is now here. Opportunity is nowhere. That's how you look at it.
Well, we know you're just the neck of all and glass half empty type of guy, so we know it's
I guess so.
Opportunity nowhere for you.
I guess so. UPS man. What can Brown do for you, Ben? We'll take a quick break. Get off the phone, man, so we can take a break. Who is that? Of course it is. Of course it's Neela Mafia. We don't have the address to the lady, okay, Neela Mafia? You gotta look it up on the yellow pages. Or the white pages, whatever pages it is. Google it. We don't have the woman's address, Neela Mafia. Be right back.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Home service problems occur, even at the most inconvenient times, like during a health crisis. And Tiller is always here to help you 24/7. As people are social distancing and staying at home on workdays, it's an easier time to take care of home maintenance items that you feel are necessary. And we've put new safety precautions in place, like wearing gloves, avoiding physical contact, new sanitation protocols, and limiting time in your home. We're here for you.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Ohio State bans massage therapists. Wow. Crazy. Pretty sure there's an NFL owner that is looking at possibly bringing this young lady in. Maybe fill a role with the team
That is Robert Kraft with the New England Patriots.
Or the Houston Texans to make sure Deshaun Watson doesn't try to go for every woman in Houston.
Hey, man, that stuff is taking a turn now. That's why I just reserve judgment. The only thing I said was a little weird that you use all these different massage therapists. That's all I said, because I knew this thing would take some turns, and here we are. But let's get to our guy, Nealon Mafia. Nealon Mafia, good morning.
You took too long to get the Nealon Mafia, and he dropped off.
Really?
Really.
When did you drop off?
As you were talking about Deshaun Watson. All I know is Volstorm or DR Vol, they would have stayed on hold.
I mean, I came quick over there to Nealon Mafia, man. My goodness, Nealon Mafia, where's your patience? Where's your patience, man? The Ups man says both been work for UPS and have hops too. Okay. Vaughn Birmingham says, I want to say I'm not superstitious, but until we win with Peyton being there, every time he is there, I think we will lose. That's because he's going to the wrong games. As simple as that. I'm telling you, you need to go to the Thursday night game on the 2nd against Bowling Green.
If Peyton showed up and Tennessee did lose that game, would you buy into the Peyton curse?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a real thing.
I'll blame it all on Peyton then.
Everything's Peyton's fault.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Regulator says, man, there's still people who think wooing in Rocky Top is a sin. I don't even woo. I told you, I'm Master P. That's what I do. Master P. Na. Little mix. That's what I do, man. I don't do that. I have before, though. I have before. I can't believe Neal Mafia just dropped off like that. Whatever. JL says, yes, Florida game is winnable. They lost too much on offense from last year's team, and they had to replace a ton of talent. Daryl says, Florida will have an unproven quarterback and lost the two best offensive weapons they had. They also play Alabama the week before us. Isn't that a game we could possibly steal and avenge last year's loss? Sirs, if y'all want to feel that way, and if you want to be encouraged, I'm not going to stand in your way. You can go for it. But I've seen this story before where Florida's lost talent, and we say the same thing. And yes, Alabama does play Florida before they play us a week before. So Alabama beat them up a little bit, and we play them on the 25th. So I'm not going to sit here and say that the game is not winnable. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just not going to expect us to win that game, especially not in spring. I need to at least see what we do during fall, at least be around during the game week to see how we practice and stuff. But I'm not willing to go there with you, JL and Daryl. But I have no problem with y'all doing it. Y'all can do that. I ain't getting my hopes up. No beat no Florida. How many times have we said that in the last decade?
Yeah.
Man, we lost to, what was the dude's name? Jeff Driscoll and Trayon Harris. All right, let me go to the phones. Who's that? Let me hurry up.
C-Mac.
C-Mac, good morning.
Good morning, Swain.
What's up, man?
Good morning, McKee. Happy Friday to you. Hope y'all doing well.
Great, man. Great. You gonna speak? You gonna speak to C-Mac, Ben?
I already said good morning.
Oh, okay.
You said good morning.
Just wanted to make sure.
Happy holiday, McKee. We finally reached an important holiday today, and I want to say welcome to the off season, my brother.
Happy Cold World Day to you.
Happy Cold World.
I'm on my job.
Real is back. The veal is back. Yes, sir.
John Morant, I'm on my Grizzly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Swain, listen, man. At some point, we're gonna have to get you up on, this cold world.
He likes J. Cole. He just doesn't listen to music like that.
Really?
Yeah. Swain is a robot. He does not listen to podcasts. He does not listen to music. I truly don't know how he entertains himself throughout the day.
Wow.
Damn, Swain, you don't got no soul? No?
I don't listen to a lot of rap because I got kids in the car. And I don't want them hearing that stuff, number one. Number two, there's only a few artists that I like because a lot of them ain't talking about a damn thing. J. Cole is one of the artists that I do listen to.
Here comes the boomer.
No, I'm saying J. Cole is one of the ones I listen to.
Watch out, see Matt Boomer Swain coming through.
No, I felt that way ever since I was younger. There's certain artists that I listen to. There's certain ones I don't because they ain't talking about nothing.
I just don't see the problem with your kids listening to Lil Baby and J. Cole and Drake and Future. I don't see the problem.
Whoa. What was the first artist that you named, Mickey?
Lil Baby.
Look here, man. We don't be doing that. Look, I ain't listening to no person who's a quote unquote rapper that has baby in their name. All right.
Let me
Lil Baby is great.
Let me school y'all on why I feel the way I feel. I was waiting for an opening to tell the story. Here's the opening. I've been waiting. This is a funny story. So I was explaining to my two youngest kids about when our dog Ace, when he gets older, and how he's going to be, because I was explaining to them about different breeds and things like that. And so what I explained to them was, okay, when Ace gets older and there's someone that maybe is an intruder or threatens us in a way, Ace is going to step up and attack that person probably because they're super protective. And I said, Ace is probably going to tear a new butthole in the person. My daughter heard that, and my neighbor's grandkids were outside yesterday. They all playing. And my youngest daughter says, hey, guess what? My daddy said that our dog's going to tear a new butthole in someone. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. She just repeated it. She just told this other little girl what I said. I didn't mean for you to tell everybody. That was between you and I in the car. I was just giving you an example of what the dog will do to someone that try to run up in here talking crazy or getting crazy. Ace will protect us. He will fight for us. I was just giving you an example, an illustration of, Ace ripping a new butthole in someone. 30 minutes later, she tells a little kid next door. That little kid's probably going to tell her parents, and they're going to look at me as a bad influence. This is why I'm careful about things that the youngest ones listen to. Now, my oldest, she listens to J. Cole, the clean version. But like, hey, man, that's where I am right now. I listen to a bunch of music when the little was in the car because I don't want them saying this stuff. That's all.
See, Mac, there's one feature on this new J. Cole album, correct?
I don't believe so.
Well, this morning in my one listen through most of the album on my way over to the Swain household, I heard one feature. Do you know who that one feature was by?
Don't say it.
Lil Baby. That should tell you all you need to know about Lil Baby and his greatness. Even the great J. Cole, who never has people on his songs, wanted a surprise feature from Lil Baby on his song and on his album.
It ain't no feature if it ain't on, the track listing.
It was a surprise feature. That was the purpose behind it.
Listen, we ain't gonna get into this. We gonna stay where it needs to be. One comment on Swain's story. Swain, you keep messing around like that, they gonna think you Qantas. You know who I'm talking about?
Who?
Old boy. One of his name like Qantas. Michael Vick's friend.
Oh, no, man. No, man.
Hey, keep playing, man. But also, go ahead and teach Ace. You're right. He's going to protect. He's going to protect. And it's also very endearing to hear that he already is having a great special bond, with your daughters. So, he can be that point when, you go off and do things, or maybe you're not at the house. He can be, that protector and keep, jackasses like Dave Tona from, getting out of line. So that's awesome. That's really awesome. I do need to, before I get up out of here, I do need to clarify something from yesterday and about the question that you posed about this revenge game. Ben McKee stole my take, okay?
He's a thief.
He stole it. That's where he got the whole Ole Miss from. The second that you said it, I got up in the text box, and I was like, revenge game, going to be old piss.
Oh, wait, so I said it, and then you got it on the text box. You just told on yourself.
No.
That's what you just said, isn't it? You said,
I
as soon as he said it,
misspoke.
I got up in the text box.
No, I said as soon as Swain posed the question,
No.
I got up in the text box. Take the timestamp. Just take the timestamp. That's what I'm saying. Take the timestamp.
Why would I steal your take?
Because it was good. What do you mean? Thief?
Take thief.
Sneak thief?
Take
Just
thief.
saying. Hey, man, it's been real. I go back to my time zone here this weekend, so I appreciate y'all showing some love out this way. Next time I'm east of the Mississippi River, I'm gonna try to come, hug your neck, see y'all. But y'all be easy and have a great Friday. All right.
Hey, man, thank you, man. Safe travels. Safe travels. Big Ben's James says, yeah, my dad told me he was the purple Power Ranger and they retired his color when he quit. Had the whole kindergarten class wanting to meet the purple Power Ranger. Talk about disappointment when my dad had to tell me the truth. Oh, man. Oh, man. Volstorm says, I've been there, Swain. Have to be careful what you say in front of the kids. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's why I like the kids watching the game with me. Because I might say anything. All right, kids, y'all go upstairs. Y'all turn on Disney+. Dad about to watch Tennessee football play. Put on your earmuffs. Close the door. Because I don't want them repeating that stuff. And my youngest goes to a church for pre-K. She goes to a church for pre-K. And how about this? In a group text with me and my wife and my daughter's teacher, I said something that I thought was supposed to be another group text or another message. I meant to message my wife, but I messaged the group text and I used the S word. You talking about embarrassed?
Were you talking?
I was talking about
the S word about the teacher?
No, I was talking about my tires. Because I had to replace my tires, and I was like, I think I said something like tired of this ish or something like that. And I looked at the message. I was like, oh man, it went to the group message.
And then what did you do? You apologize?
No, I'm a grown man. She was laughing, but it feels like when you say a cuss word in front of like your pastor or something. It felt a little weird. So 865-255-03 is our telephone number. But I'll be bumping J. Cole today.
Now I will say
in the backyard, I'm doing work.
To the point about rap names and hearing a rap name and not listening based off a rap name. A regulator commented and said, Lil White Rocket, I ain't ever going to listen to Lil Baby or that Pooh Shiesty. I agree with Pooh Shiesty. I refuse to listen to Pooh Shiesty. If you have Pooh in your name, I'm not listening to you.
No, at all. Swain Event, be right back.
Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Guys, your health right now is more important than ever. I recommend Low T Center. That's where I get my levels checked. It all starts with the annual wellness exam where they do a comprehensive health assessment exclusively for men, making it quick and easy to take care of your health. And now they offer monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatment. Most insurance is accepted. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment and make your health a priority. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's a new season, which means it's time to rep your team in new ways with gear from Game Time Sidekicks. Rep the Vols with every sip with a new tie-dye tumbler or bottle. They also have a new NFL Players Association product line, so you can support your favorite VFL on Sundays. Want to put your own flair on a tumbler? Game Time Sidekicks has you covered with options to add your own text or even a monogram on the back of your favorite team tumbler. To check out everything that Game Time Sidekicks has to offer, go to GameTimeSidekicks.com. Carry your team with Game Time Sidekicks.
Good morning, Swain Event family. As you already know, I'm your go-to realtor when you are considering buying, selling, or investing in East Tennessee real estate. But did you know I can help all of you listeners in other parts of the country? No matter where you're listening from, there's a good chance I have several Keller Williams real estate partners in your area. I've developed relationships with realtors I know I can trust to help you with your needs. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Hoes, remind yourself, nobody built like you design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
Attaboy here in the Swain Event is brought to you by IrisNetworksUSA.com. That means Iris Networks, specializing in fiber internet and voice, is reliable, local, high quality, 90 days, no payment for business internet. Give them a call at 865-448-4747. All right, Ben. What you got?
An attagirl for Tennessee softball, because Tennessee softball upset Arkansas in the SEC tournament last night to advance to the semifinals of the SEC softball tournament. They are now a game away from the SEC tournament championship game. Tennessee upsetting Arkansas was pretty significant. Again, kind of like baseball, not David versus Goliath, but Tennessee a good softball team, but Arkansas won a share of the SEC regular season championship and was a favorite to win the tournament, one of the favorites to win the SEC tournament. And Tennessee beat Arkansas 1-0 thanks to a masterful pitching performance from Ashley Rogers. She threw a complete game shutout, had 12 strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits, and she was awesome. And she was a warrior because 5 minutes before first pitch, the SEC Network camera, as they were getting ready for the game on the SEC Network, it showed her throw her glove to the ground in frustration and was hunched over in pain for a few minutes during warm-ups. I mean, it was questionable as to whether she'd even play. She had missed all of last season, was on track of missing all of last season due to a back injury. And I say on track because COVID obviously ended last season, but she was going to miss last season due to a back injury. She's also been dealing with another injury this season, and despite all of that, she goes out there and just delivers a gutsy performance, well over 100 pitches. I think she was in the 120 territory, 12 strikeouts, only gave up 2 hits, and shut down one of the best lineups in the SEC to advance Tennessee to the next round of the SEC tournament. And Tennessee will play Alabama tonight at 6:30 for a shot to advance to Saturday's SEC tournament championship game. So huge attagirl to the Weeklies and the Tennessee softball program for a massive win yesterday. It was a fun game to watch. Very exciting, very intense.
My attaboy goes to Todd Helton, man, former Tennessee baseball great, was selected for induction into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. And this was announced by College Baseball Foundation on Thursday. So it's right here at utsports.com. Helton had arguably the most decorated and dominated collegiate career ever of any player in program history, and is still considered one of the greatest two-way players to ever play college baseball. So Helton is one of 14 members to be selected to the National College Baseball Hall of Fame, class 2021, which will be inducted as part of the virtual College Baseball Night of Champions ceremony scheduled for June the 26th. So attaboy to Todd Helton. He's from Knoxville. He sits on top of the record books here at Tennessee in career home runs with 38, RBIs with 238, walks 147, and saves at 23. Also holds the single season record for runs batted in, where he had 92 in 1995 and earned run average at .89 in 94. Saves at 12 in 1995. So big time attaboy for Todd Helton. How about that? How about that? How about that? You chilly hot from that right there?
Oh, yeah. One of the greatest college baseball players of all time.
What? Let's get him throw out the first pitch.
I'm down.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. I mean, that only sounds right.
Yes.
Instead of Peyton.
Yes, and let Peyton throw today. I still want to see Chris Burke throw it tomorrow. I don't care if he's calling the game. Let him throw out the first pitch. It's his alma mater. He can throw out the first pitch. It's not like he's going to openly be rooting for Tennessee on the broadcast. He will mentally. But
oh, I was about to say, man, he does.
But if you tuned into the game and you did not know who Chris Burke was or his background, you would have no idea that he played for Tennessee, even during a Tennessee broadcast.
I agree.
Even during a Tennessee broadcast. Chris Burke is so good on TV calling games and breaking down the game. And yeah, he has a great personality to go along with it.
Yeah, I agree. Go Vols, Chris. Joe and Augusta. That's a good one. If I was Jay Swizzle, I wouldn't need anything to listen. I wouldn't need to listen to anything either. I'd just be hyped to be me. Yeah, I'm just hyped to be me, man. I don't need anything to hype me up. Regulator says he'll just stick with Kendrick, J. Cole, Vince Staples, and the rest.
Hey, y'all can clown Lil Baby for his rap name. One thing you can't clown is his music, because as Nelson says on the text box, or Jackson says on the text box, Lil Baby is fire. Dude tripping. Yes, C-Mac is tripping.
No, he's good. I listen to music, but I don't keep up with it like you, man. I don't keep up with it. Now, drops by Cole and Drake and Kendrick and Jay. I pay attention to those drops, but I don't pay attention to a lot of the others, especially not Future.
Future makes good music.
Whatever. What else is here? Jennifer Moore says Grand Slam by Grand Slam. That's right.
I know Jennifer's going to be in attendance this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be there.
She's ready.
On Sunday.
She is ready,
I believe. So if you have any questions about home buying, find Jennifer at the baseball game.
That's right. That's right. She's the best.
She is the best. The wife and I found out yesterday that it was time to start looking for a house, and Jennifer's already been top-notch and sending us stuff to look at, and already going to check out a home this weekend. Jennifer's the best of the best.
Yeah, I can't wait to come into your house.
Oh, I can't wait to ask you to help me move my washer and dryer again.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be great. No, I can't wait to come on your house, sit on your couch, and say, F your couch. Here's your housewarming gift.
You going to tell that to my wife?
F your couch. I'm going to do it while she ain't there.
Oh, okay.
D.R. Vol says, Swain is that parent. Yeah, I hope that's not meant to be a bad thing. I don't want my kids saying things that grown-ups say. There's a time and place for them to be hearing those things. I'm telling you, my youngest one, my daddy said that the dog's going to tear a new one in somebody. Oh, my gosh.
What's funny is before you even said which kid it was, I knew which kid it was. Which is funny. You and I, earlier in the week, I was joking about the Kevin Hart skit of Kevin showing the back of the hand, letting the dog smell the back of the hand to the dogs. That's what I've been doing to Ace every time I see him. Smell my hand. Smell my hand. That way when you see me, you know who it is.
Yeah, when he get older, he ain't gonna rip a new butthole in you.
Yes, and I tell you what, my dog Judge, not a fan of Ace so far. Not that they've met, but Monday was my first day being around Ace, and that was still when you were chauffeuring me around, and I was holding Ace on the way home. And so I had Ace scent all over me. And I got home, and Judge did not stop sniffing me for 20 to 30 minutes, nonstop. I mean, I had a Gatorade bottled. I had like a granola bar that I'd set on our coffee table, and he sniffed the Gatorade bottle and the granola bar for like 5 minutes, trying to figure out where I came from. He wasn't even just sniffing my shoes or my clothes or my leg. He was sniffing the granola bar, the bottle, the backpack, everything that came with me.
Dogs, man. Dogs.
He was not a fan.
Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Jealous.
Where has this
just like a female.
Oh.
just like a female, man.
You said it, not me.
It's true. It's true. Tony says, I'll admit, I'm older. Don't understand most of the new stuff. So it's Wu-Tang and the older for me. Hey, man. On the way to Middle Tennessee last weekend, pick up the dog, man. Start playing some Run DMC.
Run DMC has one of my favorite rap songs of all time. Can you guess which one?
Nope.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right on time. It's tricky.
Hey, man, that's a classic.
This is my recital.
Yeah,
I think it's very vital.
That's a classic. Now we was rocking some Run DMC, man. You gotta take it back, man. You gotta take it back to the original. So we had to school the oldest one on the origin of rap and who were the pioneers, man. So we did that on the way. While the youngest one was like, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Oh my gosh, shut up. All right, let me get to Facebook. Oh, hey, Susan.
Yeah, I know
Danny.
her.
Good morning, Danny. I'm trying to see how to say this person's name, but if I don't want to say it's Florida or anything, but anyways, I'll just read the message. Yes, Todd Helton should be tossing out every first pitch.
Flan JP 34.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like something else, so I didn't want to mess up the guy's name. But
Like F for Fritos?
Flan. There we go. Kevin says, it's game day, boys. It's going to be a fun series. Go Vols. Daryl says, is Florida a game we could win? And I didn't see that message before we read off his second follow-up message, which was Florida will have unproven quarterback, loss of two best offensive weapons they had. Also, they played Bama the week before us. Yeah, it's a game you can win. You can't win it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that Tennessee can't win against Florida. That's crazy. They can win. But I'm not putting my money on it that they will. But, yeah, they can win. You never know what can happen. I mean, they lost like their three best players on offense. I mean, you said two. It's really three because you got to throw in Kyle Trask, who was a Heisman Trophy finalist. And then you throw in Kyle Pitts and Kadarius Toney.
The thing that worries me about the Florida game is what is Tennessee lacking on defense right now?
Pass rush.
Not only a pass rush, but
a lot of stuff.
Depth up front. Front seven is very questionable. And stopping the run is a huge concern. And although Florida's passing game will take a step back, their running game is going to take a significant step forward.
They have to rely on it more.
And they have five backs that can do it. Remember, they add DeMarcus Bowman, former five-star that transferred from Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
They add Lorenzo Lingard, former five-star that transferred from Miami. And Emory Jones, I don't think he's a great passer or anything, but he is dynamic with his legs.
Yeah, he can run. Yeah, so they'll rely more on the run for those very reasons. But I think the words are important here. Can Tennessee win? Yeah, they can. They can. But there's been many times we've entered that game and felt more confident than just can. I mean, we entered that game saying Tennessee will because Tennessee is, has more returning talent. They've lost this, they've lost that, and then we found a way to lose. So that is why that Thursday move is so important, because it gives you 2 extra days for Pittsburgh after playing Bowling Green. So if you beat Pittsburgh and then you have another game before you play Florida, you have a chance to go 4-0 into the Florida game. And that's crazy momentum that can help you in recruiting. So that game is very, very, very important. And, yeah, Tennessee can win. All right, who's on the phone?
Vol Nation.
Oh, Vol Nation, good morning. I should have known. It's 9:53.
Morning,
Vol
family.
Nation calls in always to end the show on a high note.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Vol Nation, also known as Papa T. You know,
Papa
so if you guys
T.
see that, Papa T. You know, transition over slowly. Got a grandbaby on the way. So
When's the due date?
Sir.
When's the due date? When is it coming?
First week in August.
Okay, cool.
Do we know the sex?
We do, but I've been sworn to secrecy with my daughter. She was like, "Dad, don't tell anybody." I was like, "Okay, baby,
Well, you
I'll
can
wait."
tell us.
You know?
We won't tell anybody.
I said, as long as they can wear orange, that Tennessee orange, we're okay.
Nobody's
You know?
listening right now. It's just us three talking.
Can't have any leaks. Can't have any leaks.
That's it. You know, I got to keep it in the program. You know.
I'm pretty sure there'll be a thread on VolQuest. Somebody's gonna leak it. It's a boy. It's a boy. I heard it was a boy.
Well, Miss Vol Nation is so excited right now. She can't wait. You know, she can't stand herself right now. She's like every day, "How you doing? How you doing?" I'm like, "Baby, they're gonna be fine. We got a few months." You know, so it's been
Gave
all
it away,
good.
Vol
though.
Nation. You gave it away. Mommy's excited. Oh yeah, it's a boy. It's a boy.
Yes, sir. She's jacked right now. She can't wait. But hey, I wanted to give a shout out to Vol Patriot, my son. He had a birthday today, so I
happy
wanted to wish him
birthday.
a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Vol Patriot.
Yep, getting another year older, you know. So, but I want to wish him a happy birthday. And then also, I knew you guys were talking a few minutes ago about the D-line, and I know we got that kid from Kansas coming in, the nose tackle, defensive line dude, 6'2", 6'4", whatever it is, 3 plus. But I was also reading an article and listening to the show, and they were saying that he may have a roommate when he was on there, a teammate that's a defensive lineman that also, I guess they work really well together. They're really close. They played hard with each other. And being in a situation we're in now that, you know, we probably have all the people that we can really take right now. And if we do anything else, is start counting against our 2022 class.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see any gaps, any needs where if we saw a specific position, and we got needs all over the place, but, you know, D-line, linebacker, whatever, if they saw that player, you know, what type of player and what would it be or what would it look like for them to say, yes, this is a worthy risk compared to maybe taking a high school player that you know you're going to have at least 3 to 4 years with? Would that be the same scenario with a transfer person where if they've got 3 years of eligibility, you know, they've been in the system for a year, they've been working out, you know, they've got the fundamentals and that a prototype you're looking for, would that be a risk? Or, you know, you tell me. That make sense?
Yeah, I heard. I saw Josh Heupel's comments. I think he did an interview there at the Sports Animal Vol Nation. Thanks so much for the phone call. Where he talked about different cases. You know, exploring transfers. You brought in a guy, and Joe Milton that still has 3 years left. Whereas other guys, you're only going to have 1 year. So you have a mix. Different players feel different needs based on what you need. And Austin on Tuesday mentioned that, yes, if you continue to go out and get transfers, then you know you can count it towards the next year's class. And we've seen cases where it was worth it. We've seen cases where it wasn't worth it. Remember, we got a running back transfer from Michigan State that didn't do anything. We got Keller Chris that didn't do anything. And you have to ask yourself, is that worth taking a number away from a player that could potentially give you 3 or 4 years? Now, if you're Josh Heupel, I think a little mix of both, because you're not just content with a 5-year rebuild or 4-year rebuild. You're trying to win now. And even if you know it's going to take some time, and we all know it, but we don't want to hear it. We damn sure don't want to hear from the coach. It's going to take 3 or 4. We don't want to hear it. Let everybody else say it. Josh Heupel's plan should be, I'm trying to win every single game right now and put us in a position to short-term have success and long-term be able to have success. And I think pulling kids from the transfer portal that matches the culture that you want to create, their personality. Do they have football IQ? Do they love the game? Are they made of the right stuff? Are they going to elevate your football program? Not just your team, but your football program. That's important. Very, very important. So it's about fits at the end of the day, and I wonder how many transfers Tennessee's going to look at knowing that it may affect 2022 class.
They're open to bringing in transfers as long as it's a guy that will be here multiple years. It's not going to be another grad transfer because from here on out, it's going to count against the upcoming recruiting class, and they're willing to do that, but only if it's a guy that can help them multiple years. And a guy like Marcus Harris, the Kansas pass rusher that Vol Nation was referencing, then to them it would possibly be worth it. So they're continuing to monitor the situation, and guys who have multiple years of eligibility who enter the transfer portal, they're exploring every possible option, as they should.
I mean, I don't know how you're a defensive lineman on this squad and not feel like you need to step it up. And we over here trying to pull dudes from Kansas to replace you. I'm not saying the players from Kansas are not good, but I'm saying like multiple dudes from Kansas. We're looking at multiple guys from Kansas.
It's weird.
Like
it's different.
You might want to get your act together. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
And another thing to consider when we talk about adding transfers and taking away from the 2022 class, remember, Tennessee's probably going to be without a scholarship or two.
Or two.
So I don't think it'll be any more than two.
I hope not.
I think I'm sure at some point over the summer, Tennessee will come out with its self-imposed penalties.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any inside knowledge. That's just me speculating. I think I'm sure it'll be a bowl ban for this year and a loss of scholarship or two for a couple of seasons. So that's something else to consider as Tennessee tries to evaluate which players to bring in and not to bring in.
Yeah. The weekend is here, folks. The weekend is here. Hope you have a safe weekend, a great weekend. Hour 3 was powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Big weekend for them baseballs. Taking on the #1 team in the country. What an opportunity for Tony Vitello and this program. Big-time players step up in big-time games. Can't wait to see the atmosphere there at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. It's going to be electric. Tennessee's always going to represent. Monday, we'll be back to talk about it. Hopefully it's a series win. Not just a win, but a series win over Arkansas. Hopefully we're talking about that on Monday morning. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. The Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.